doing? Gosh, YNG can sure be invasive sometimes. I'm your 65th Youth Governor, Spencer Perry. During the coming weeks, you'll all be beginning your bill writing process for the MLC conferences. I just wanted to give you all an idea of what I'm looking for in legislation. My policies address 10 issues: medical care reform, homosexual marriage, economics, women's rights, legalization of illicit substances, foreign policy, immigration, climate change, education reform, and youth and government politics. If you want to jump ahead to some of the topics of your concern, just find it in the time listed here. As it stands, Governor Brown has been forced to cut over a third of the annual budget. I agree that serious cuts need to be made to remain sustainable, but I'm also very interested in long-term sustainable income. Investments in education, public schooling, safety, and medicine are long-term investments for future revenue streams. That brings us to the topic of healthcare. The more we improve our healthcare, the less cost we put on our citizens' safety, and both lead to raising California's standards of living among every socioeconomic strata. Our citizens shouldn't have to worry about the dollar price of their lives, and it's the government's job to ensure their safety and well-being. Homosexual marriage has also been on the forefront of debate in California. I take a strong stance without any conviction that the only constitutional and the only just policy that our government has to take is the legalization of homosexual marriage, and finally bring California to the forefront of progress where it belongs. Next on the agenda is the topic of women's rights. I'm a firm believer that every woman has the right to choose the procedure necessary for her well-being. But beyond medically, a more pressing issue is the involvement of women in politics and in the workplace. Men still retain higher earnings and greater representation in government, and that is taken as commonplace. I am highly interested in any bill that combats the issue and takes a stand for gender equality in California. As for the legalization of illicit substances, I am not a supporter of recreational drug use, but I trust the California health and safety standards. For that reason, I will protect the right for any Californian to pursue and obtain a medical marijuana license. Next is foreign policy. Beyond any other effort, this might be the most crucial. As a society, everyone stands to benefit when we immerse ourselves in others' cultures and learn what they have to teach us. We need to stress diplomacy and cultural sensitivity in government and in our schools. And on a more specific note, I take a firm stance on maintaining foreign aid and reducing wasteful military spending. California has the exceptional position of sharing a border with another nation, and as a result, illegal immigration is often a topic of legislature. The entire process of immigration is one that is convoluted and difficult. I believe in maintaining the American ideal that every free nation, that this is a free nation to anyone willing to abide by its laws and willing to fight for its goals. If that means that immigrants become active members of society as vocational employees, university students, military service members, and so on, then in my eyes they are deserving of citizenship. California has always been on the forefront of combating climate change. I am in complete favor of any financially responsible and feasible bill that pushes for a safe and better future. I also have a strong stance on the topic of education. More than any other bill topic, I hope to see those addressing education. As students of California, our voices are the ones that are meant to be heard on the subject. And even more importantly, we have the right to a better education. If it's not a fight for us, it's a fight for the millions of students who will follow us, and with our help, they can grow up to pursue higher education, higher paying jobs, and contribute highly to California's economy. And lastly is the subject of my thoughts on the Youth and Government program. I want YNG to be the best it can be, and it starts with communication. I would love to sign bills that put program areas side by side and work in tandem to make California a better place to live. In addition, I hope the delegates will propose ideas to expand the youth and government sources of revenue. Whether that means expanding the annual support campaign, applying to corporate endorsements, or simply asking for more donations, I would highly support it. And finally, there is the issue of women in elected positions. There's an increasing disparity in the number of men to women who run for office, and even greater in the number of men who are elected into positions. I am in complete support of the democratic process of choosing the best candidate, but the facts aren't indicative of that whatsoever. There needs to be a cultural shift in YNG, away from the biases of what we think a leader looks like and towards what we think a leader should stand for. It's our responsibility as voters to choose the best candidate and support them as best we can. And it means taking out of account everything but their political and cultural record. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about my platform, California Youth in Government, or me, please feel free to contact me on Facebook, tweet me at Spencer_Perry, or email me at spencermperry@gmail.com. If you would like a textual copy of my Sit Down with Spencer, you can find it below in the description. Thank you, and I'll see you at Bob 1.